Okay, so Brennan, today we're going to talk about the top three things for SEO. You and I have
Perfect.
talked off camera. We know that there are hundreds, literally, of different factors that people like to point to that you can kind of go to the nth degree to optimize your website for Google. But we really, when we work together, we focus on these top three are the ones that you have to do, and by doing those three, you get pretty good results, right?
Yeah, Mike, I had a call this morning with a client who read an article by another industry expert that listed all 200 factors that you need for SEO, right? And we were down in the weeds, and I'm like, look, at the end of the day, we're not doing 200 things to your website. It's just, we're not going to charge you 50 grand a month to get you marginal results, right? So there's really three things that we look at. And in my opinion, Mike, they're all interconnected. So if you're missing any one of those three things, you're probably not going to rank. The three things that we look at are on-site, content, and offsite links. And so kind of what we're looking at, if you remove any one of those from the equation, you're not going to rank. So you could have great on-site and great content, but no links, you're not going to rank. You could have great on-site and great links, but no content, or you have 20 words of content, you're not going to rank. You could have a million words of content and links, but your on-site is a disaster. That's the one exception. You might still rank a little bit, but you're probably not going to rank very well. So those three things are kind of like the trifecta of what makes your site actually rank.
All right, so let's briefly talk about each one of those. First of all, you're just saying on-site because you're in the business, but people watching this might be like, what's he talking about? What is on-site?
Yeah, so if you go out and you have a website built by a developer who knows nothing about SEO, your on-site's probably going to be a mess. So on-site consists of on your website, on-site technical factors that Google looks at to try to determine how to rank a page and where to rank your website. So things like having a title tag that's descriptive to what that page is about, having the right headings, the right H1, H2, H3 tags, having the right URL structure, having the right sitemap, even having your site organized in a way that makes sense to Google so they can follow it. Having internal links that lead to your different pages with the right anchor text. So these are all just some of the things. On-site is kind of a general bucket for anything that falls technically into your website that we can manipulate, within Google's guidelines to make Google better understand what your site's about and then ultimately rank it better.
Gotcha. Perfect. Okay, so this probably goes without saying, but what is content, and what would you say makes good content?
Yeah, so content is the words on the page, right? And so that's what you're actually writing and saying. And so Google wants to see relevant content. They want to see unique content that's only on your website, not scraped from other websites or not posted on, social media and on your website. They want to see lengthy content. So typically Google favors pages and posts that are longer. A trick that we do is if we're trying to rank for a keyword, we'll take a look and see how long the articles are that are ranking for that keyword. And we'll figure out, if they're all about 1,900 words, we need to write at least 2,000 words, right? So we look at that as a factor. And then it's not just your content on your website, Mike, your static content, but Google also loves regular content additions. So whether you want to call it a blog, an article, stories, whatever you may call it, it's important to have some part of your website where you're constantly adding fresh content over time.
Awesome. And then the last thing was links, link building. Give me a short overview of link building.
Yeah, so anytime a third-party site links to your site, it's kind of a vote for your site, if you will. And Google keeps track of those votes and tallies them up. And the more votes that you have, the higher they're going to rank you in essence. So the way that you can think about this is if you're running, a e-commerce website and all of a sudden a bunch of other websites are linking to your products, there's a good chance that there's a reason for that. It means your products are good, they're working, they're at a good price point, whatever it may mean. And so Google is going to rank your site higher because of those links. There's a lot more to it than that. We look at relevance of links. We look at the quality of the website linking to you, the anchor text. But in general, the more good links that you have to your website, the higher Google's going to rank you in results.
Great. So those are the three key things. And I know that these are the things that you and I've worked on together with the clients that we've worked with. And, aside from a technical issue here or there, this is what you need to do to get results.
Yeah, the bottom line is that this has been the fundamentals of SEO for the last 10 years, right? This is something that hasn't, there's some nuances and some technical, jargon and things that change from time to time. But in general, if you're doing those three things and doing them right, you're going to rank well, not only today, but for the long run.
Even with, these iterations of Google updates that seem to come every 6 months.
Yeah, I obviously keep an eye on them, Mike, because I have to. I'm in the industry, but they're really just technical nuances, is what I would say. The big scale philosophy of what ranks your website really hasn't changed much over time. If you have good on-site, if you have good, unique, long content, and if you have good links, you're going to rank.
Awesome. Well, great. If you're watching this, hopefully we've taught you a little bit of something today. And if you need help ranking your website better in Google, reach out to us. Thanks, Brendan.
Thanks, Mike.